Hello, Kale. What are we doing today? My name is Notepad and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Today we're going to be working on Crucible some more because that's what I do here. Now, there were changes because of course there were. That's kind of the theme of this project, if anything. Scroll all the way up here. I wrote the lore. To give you an idea, I wrote the lore and then proceeded to rewrite a chunk of the lore to make it a little bit easier to follow. Going to have to put some images in here to kind of break it out a little bit, split things up. The lore is effectively the same, just some of the events have taken place in different contexts. Outside of that, nothing else here has changed too much. Let's see, do we have anything here? Yes, if we go down to this, I added the situation. This was my my sample one. Hey, it's the border fortress. Of course, we have some images here. Border fortress, kind of what's going on, how hooks work, how success and botching works, little things like that. The very basic encounter table, because we all love very basic encounter tables. And now we have Spilling Blood, which is today's goal, which is to do combat. Generally speaking, if I scroll all the way up here. Generally speaking, once combat's done, we're doing pretty alright. I might end up putting magic right here. Magic, I should say magic and slash techcraft. Techcraft is kind of a weird way to say, but it's effectively, hey, spells let you do anything you want. Technology does one thing. One very explainable thing. If that makes sense. The basic premise, one might even say, is... Thank you for mentioning Manly here real fast. I gotta do something real fast. Zoop. We text lot maxing. Kind of the idea of like what spellcraft and techcraft is spellcraft. I was going to steal from Tyranny RPG spells. Kind of using this idea. I've already had a theory for this. I've done something like this before. I probably am going to go look through and see if I can't just copy pasta the thing I already did, which is a reoccurring theme as well for this game. Basic premise is simple enough to understand, which is effectively you get a limited number of applications. Your spell can do only X number of things, but there are multiple, different things you can apply to it. You might have the, chaotic descent, but you've got 3 of these, which means that it does 3 different things. And it's all about how do you, with the tools available to you, what do you do with those? That's kind of the idea. Tech was going to be similar with the concept of, hey, you have an item that does something. It will only do that thing. That's the main gimmick, with the idea that you have to power it via what did I end up calling them? I remember I called them something silly because I'm a silly Billy with e-chips. What's an e-chip? It's a battery. Yeah, there are batteries in this setting, and if you want to power literally any of your like fancy technology, you use an e-chip. E-chips lasts a good long time though. It's a little go boop, and then you got your e-chip in. It's the people on Eris don't have access to e-chips as readily as you do. But they can technically use technology, they're just not very good at using it in combat. You are really good at using it in combat. You can't use spells though. That's kind of the thing where one of the things in setting is, hey, it's like in setting it's like, hey, like, yeah, the Oresians are learning how to do all these things, but their technological and civilizational effectively development has been very complicated because of the presence of magic. because you don't need to invent a steam engine when you've got a guy who has fire powers. You don't really need to invent a better kind of, a better weapon when you have a guy who has a magic sword. That's kind of the idea there. And legitimately ever since working on Palinka Effect, my brain has been fucky wuckied over that. But yeah, no, it's running on instinct. A couple of these need to get shifted around. Then we have market. Market stuff should be easy enough to do. Advancement, again, we've got our 2 advancements, and then how to make enemies. If I do things correctly, the goal, the very lofty goal, is to get it done by the 28th. Do 6 episodes. Might be 7 episodes. We might end up next week. That's kind of that's how we're planning on doing things. That's the very lofty goal. One thing to note is that there have been people have kept saying that they want to do commission stuff. I have not received any paperwork for the commission stuff outside of one person, but I didn't want to do their commission because one thing got taken down. And I don't want to get sued. Fun fact, I don't want to get sued. How are you doing today? When are you going to add the hydrate button to D-Shrimp? But what happened? It was Essence 20, actually. So, to give you an idea, Essence 20... Essence 20 had a wiki. Mind you, the Essence 20 community wiki had a lot of stuff on it. And this happened just recently, where everything got taken offline. So I'm like, oh, that's a very... I thought that was it's a very weird thing. I don't know. Again, it says like, oh, notification claims from Renegade Stent Games. Okay. I mean, if we go to like, there's internet. Actually, let's see. Is Wayback Machine up and running? Nope. Wayback Machine is yeah. Let's see. Do we have any Do you have any news on Wayback Machine? No, I don't think so. Let's see, do we got it? Yeah. Effectively, this was a full website about a month ago. Something happened, don't know what it is. By the way, do you know why people call Trunks the drink? I believe it was... I believe that was from, that was DBZ Abridged, if I recall correctly. Yeah, DBZ Abridged did that. Ingersoll. I had blood taken today, by the way. They could not actually find a good way of... Now... Dang, I was trying to bait you into listening to the Brain Rot song. No, bad, Jaeger. Bad. I'm pointing at the screen right now, so you know I'm serious. Give me 1 second. Oh, hello, phone. Why are you dinging? Cholesterol? No. Effectively, what was said, like, hey, we just want to check some things, and apparently my blood sugar is weirdly high, so they're like, hey, you should go on a diet, and I'm like, yeah, I can do that. Someone actually told me, hey, go on a diet, and this is what you should be doing and what you should be eating. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. Finally, someone actually gave me a constructive idea of what to do. Awesome. Which is a very uncommon thing, by the way. I've realized that about diets and things, where when you say, "Oh, I want to do a diet," like I want to go on a diet, and people are like, "Okay, have you tried a keto diet? Have you tried a fucking, paleo diet?" And it's just like, I'm like, I don't what, fuck, stop it. It's the alcohol. No, it is. To give you an idea, I may appear to be a thin man, a thin, handsome man with a face. The thing is that I am a bigger guy. I've always been a bigger man. It's been that this summer I really didn't go out and do much. I've been very sedentary this summer. And because it's been extremely hot, and by extremely hot, like, you go outside for 15 minutes and start sweating hot. So I haven't really been able, I have not had the opportunity to really, like, walk around as much as I usually do. So it's just like, okay, it's a plethora of factors all building together to an unfortunate situation. Get a shake weight. I thought about buying some weights, actually. To give you an idea, during the summer, it would hit like 98 degrees. This is Fahrenheit, by the way. It hit like 98 around where I am, but it'd be like 80% humidity. It was that all summer. It was miserable. It was that kind of heat where you go out and you instantly start sweating no matter what you do, and then you're all sweaty and disgusting, and it's like, I just didn't walk that much. Hopefully when it starts cooling down, I do plan on walking a little bit more. A couple places I wanted to go and, hang out and do things. Right now, it's been, to give you an idea, like, this entire week, like last week, to give you an idea, last week, our top temperature was like 42. It was cold last week. And me, my mom, and everyone else in this godforsaken city put away all our summer stuff. Summer is done. This week, it was like 78. It was the 1-2 final fuck you punch from the world, being like, no, stop it. Bruh, I'm above DC. That doesn't happen up here. Oh no. Yeah, like, that doesn't happen up here as much. So everything was just kind of awful and miserable, and I don't even like the South for that reason. Because I do not do well in the heat. The heat has never been my jam. It never has been. I've tried repeatedly, and every time it just does not work. I am a firm man of the cold. Like, it's a, to give you an to give everyone the ideal notepad fit. I can delay on these things. It's my godforsaken stream. I can spend the first 30 minutes talking about what I want to wear. Yeah, Tennessee Appalachians. Yeah, you get it. To give you an idea, there are exactly 3 fits your boy Notepad Anon wants to wear. Exactly 3, constantly. And he is not allowed to wear any of them. The first is what I like to call the Ultra Boomer. I want to wear my shorts. I want, as you can see, my cargo shorts. And I want to wear my jacket. I want to wear my hoodie. This, ideal fit. This is my ideal fit. So, hoodie, light jacket, hoodie, shorts. I am in heaven. This beautiful, like, 60 degrees, give or take. This is my ideal. I get it for exactly 1 week of the year, and it is perfect. the second fit that Notepad wants to be in consistently, that I never can be because I'm a poor man who writes elf games, is effectively I want to be in a I love wearing sports jackets, fun fact. Like actual legit sports jackets. Like this is my I love wearing these things. I love wearing sports jackets. A nice casual jacket, I will go far, and I want to wear them constantly. Or the final fit. The final fit is a parrot hat. I'm not lying. My third and final ideal fit is Jimmy Buffett. Like Hawaiian shirt, shorts, enjoying the life. Not a single care. That is my ideal 3. Fish in Mississippi. All right, so let's get back. Let's get to work, everybody. So I kind of started the concept of everything going on here. Effectively, every battle uses the standard sequence system, the S3. The standard sequence system is my innovative new name to call things that are. I just give names to things. Effectively, the foundation is the sequence score. Every Strider and enemy has a sequence score and is the amount of energy and reaction that a Strider has access to in a single round of combat. Sequence may be spent on performing actions, defending themselves with reactions, or performing maneuvers. By default, the starting sequence score of combat is based off your Strider's rank. This is your. These are your basic. This is your starting. This is your maximum. You can spend 1 deafness core. You can spend your cores to increase your sequence score by +2. That's it. At the very start of the round, you can be like, I have 8. I want to say, I want to have 12. I can spend 2 of my deafness core. Technically, the Atlians get a big bonus here. Because what the Atlians can do is they can spend 1 deafness core and get 3. Which is a lot more. As you can kind of see here, normally everyone has to spend 3 to get up to their starting maximum. Atlians only have to spend 2. It's just a little thing to say, hey, here's something, everything is a +6 on top of whatever it is your maximum. Atlians spend 2, everyone else spends 3. So, winter is my favorite, not only because I'm a hunter, because I like to collect odd clothes, like wearing a duster with a vest, dress shirt, wool hat, leather hats. See, you get it. Now, the idea is after all the Striders have exhausted their sequence or chosen to end their round, this is a debatable word, and I have no idea what else to call it. So if you have a suggestion of what to call when we end a round and you don't want to do any more actions, feel free to tell me. They reset their sequence score back to their starting amount. To their starting amount and add an amount based on their remaining sequence. I have 5 sequence remaining. I did not spend 5 of my action points. I add that to my base up here, and I now start with 13 action points. I have 1 action point remaining. I go up to 9. I have 7. You only go up to 14 because you didn't spend that, you lose some. That's kind of the idea there. So you're in that constant state of like, I want to spend my actions, I don't want to spend my actions. So, let's get to it. Alright, so sorry, I might spend 1 definite score, so we let's see. The standard sequence, the S3. The S3 has the Striders to determine. Let's see how much setup they want to. Determine when and how they are acting. Determine when and how they are. Okay, so easy enough to understand. What we need to do, let's just write out what is going to be happening. So, first things first, we are going to be talking about the sequence action. So we're going to talk about sequence actions. Sequence actions actually talk about the basic premise of this is simple, is easy. I spend X, I act later. I have it in, let's say I have a sequence of 8. I spend 4 of it. I act on 4 with 4 actions. That is what it's saying. You set the tempo. If you want to go slow, you're going to get things slow. If you want to go fast, you're going to get things faster. It's very much on you. Culminate, conclude, terminate, finalize. Finalizes. Finalize mine. Oh yeah. Finalize for action. Let's see. Okay, so sequence actions. The sequence action, that suggestion will cost you 12% of profit, bro. I don't make any money. Actually, the most basic understanding of how to act, or yeah, 3. Let's see. How many actions Strider wants to take and reducing their sequence to that amount to then act on that sequence on that step. To act on that. No, let's see. Act on that sequence step. That may sound a bit complicated, but that may sound a bit complicated. But an example may help. Strider has 8 sequence. The Strider has 8 sequence. Let's see. Strider has 8 sequence at the start of the round. They want as at the start of the round. They decide they want to perform 3 actions. They want to perform 3 actions. They reduce 3 actions. They reduce their sequence. They reduce their sequence to 5, and then on turn they reduce their sequence to 5. And wait, 5 comes up. They have 3 actions to they have 3 actions to perform. They have perform actions. They choose to either finalize. They can either finalize the round. They can either finalize the round or take additional actions by placing themselves later. Those people are posting Reddit cringe on my server. When aren't they posting Reddit cringe? After they've performed these actions, they may choose to either finalize the round or take additional action by placing themselves later on. By placing themselves. Mm. Mm. What do we want? No, I need... that's not right. This isn't right. I really want to... Let's see. Mm. 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 Let's see, and descend from there. When it is a strider, when the strider's turn, let's see, strider sequence step is called, they may choose to spend a number of I want to let's see, they may choose to spend a number of sequence to convert it into actions, reducing their sequence to reducing their let's see. Striders can take when they want to take a number of actions of their let's see, when they want to take a number of actions of choice. Let's see. That may seem complicated. But an example may help. There's a sequence at the start of the round. They choose they want to perform three actions. They reduce their sequence to 5 and wait. When 5 comes up, they have 3 actions to perform. And they perform those actions, may choose to analyze. So. Let's see. However, it is. However, is. Let's see. However, the Striders will rarely have the luxury of. Let's see. Striders will rarely have the luxury of perfectly timing the amount of sequence they are willing and able to spend. Sequence can be targeted by enemy attacks, or reduced to perform reactions to protect the Strider. To protect this. However, okay, there we go. However, you rarely get the opportunity to do everything you want to happen. So, we're going to do heading 3 now. We're going to do. We're going to do a meta primary action. So The primary actions. Each strider, a primary action. A primary action is what the... let's see, spending in amount of their... they're spending an amount of their sequence score on it. Each primary action has an action cost. The number of to actually perform the action and receive all its benefit. Receive all of its benefits. If the strider does not have the required number of actions. Let's see, the strider does not have the required number of actions. They cannot perform the actions. Not the required number of actions available. Let's see, a primary action strider is attempting to accomplish with their turn, spending an amount of sequence score on and receive as an action cost. Number of action, perform the action, receive all the benefits. Mostly combat. How deadly is it going to get? No idea yet. That's the funny thing. I genuinely do not know. Let's see, this is why... Let's see the Reddit thread. Again, this was Reddit thread. Public playtest of Warden setting agnostic self-promotion. Yeah, it's Reddit. Okay, yeah, that seems pretty accurate. Yeah, it's a pretty standard thing. It appears to be Redditors. Yeah, no, that's exactly what's going on. It's a bunch of Reddit. You know, please don't tell game designer how to make their game. I'm open to all criticism. You seem weirdly hostile. Fucking. I mostly want to hit every Redditor with a bus. Reddit produces nothing of value. I'm going to do my rant on Reddit right now, because I can do this. Reddit produces nothing of value. Anyone who is a proud Redditor does deserve to get hit with a bat, repeatedly. Because you may be wondering, no, but what do you mean by Reddit produces nothing of value? All Reddit is a shittier form. Yes, it's a shittier form with all of the worst aspects of forms and none of the benefits. It is literally an entire website dedicated to a popularity contest to create the most popular thing imaginable and always have this weird sense of, how do I want to word it? I'm smarter than you, please updo my comment more than another person's comment, but we can never be hostile toward one another, so we're just being weirdly passive-aggressive. That is everyone on Reddit. every single person on Reddit is weirdly passive-aggressive about everything, except if you go to any of the good Reddits, which are literally anything that is just a basic question and answer one, where no one gives a shit and or is staffed by Indians. Yeah. Yeah, it's the thing is, like, Reddit did effectively kill forums, and it is run by a bunch of power-tripping egomaniacs. And it is the death of... See, here's the thing. I don't want Reddit to die. Because the second Reddit dies, you have to deal with Redditors elsewhere. And again, all Redditors do deserve the cross. Reddit is single-handedly responsible for making me hate other people. Like, it's very impressive. Like, every single Redditor I've ever encountered. And the thing is, it's just like, it's not, do I use Reddit? No. It's people who are actively considering themselves Redditor. Like, this is like a badge of fucking honor. It's not. You post on a fucking forum. Yeah, and it's just people. I know why it was posted, because I did get into a shindig. Why do you think Reddit killed forums? The thing is, the concept of Reddit, that's like the thing you gotta remember when it comes to like a forum. Like back in the day, you'd have a forum, and this is like the car forum. This is a thing where we talk about old cars. Like, this is the old car forum. And it would be called like oldcars.com or whatever. And that's where you would go. You'd go to oldcars.com to talk on the old cars forum about people who like old cars. There would be people who would be there for a while, but everyone was there for the sole reason, and the community self-regulated. Reddit, on the other hand, you have our old cars. And because you have that, you have people who are appealing to the Reddit community. You are a Reddit community for old cars. So the guy who is posting on our fucking Vexiology is the same one posting on old cars. And he's going to want to type things for a very certain way to get updates, because he wants to get updates because he is on r/piss or whatever, and he wants to make sure that people know that he knows what he's doing. Or he wants to hand out Reddit karma or some shit like that. Reddit became more important than the communities it spawned. That's the situation. That is the ultimate problem, that the fact that you are on Reddit became more important. Yeah, the posted in a pizza subreddit and in a pitch fetish one. Yeah, exactly. Like, you have to assume every single person is like that because they have to appeal to everything. And because of that, it, like, the culture on Reddit is, please update me. Update me, please. I am begging you. Update me. I'm desperate. I'm begging. Please. I'm begging you. I'll do anything. And that's why everyone's, like, opinions get really weird and shaky on things. It truly is our darkest hour. Make some maximum. We got a few options. What actions do we need? At our core, actually, no, we should do let's see. So actually, oh yeah, I'm rewriting the Alone RPG. Don't worry about it too much. Let's see. Fine. Do. Combat breaks out. Sliding themselves to the vanguard, center, or rear guard position. Those in the vanguard position are front and center. They will take a hit and deal one back. Center position and use both long weapons to deal. Ranged weapons to deal with enemies. While the rear guard is safest, we can only use long range weapons to deal with enemies. When a position has no actor in it, all those all behind will move up. For example, if there's no vanguard, then the center will become the vanguard position, while the rear guard will be pushed to the center. If either the striders or their enemy or their enemies ambush the other side, location of the ambush party will be randomized. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, on a D12, if we do it on a D12, this would be 1 to 4, 5 to 8, 9, 10, 11, 9, 10. 1 to 4, 5 to 8, 9 to 12. Forcing them to move around to reorient them. If they are surrounded, there's only the vanguard and center position, as the rear guard is now under threat of melee attack. Finally, if the Striders are lucky, they may be able to find the enemy before they see them. Superior firepower and range up. Let's see. Finally, let's see. Finally, if the Striders are directly. This leads. This leads to the skirmish phase of combat. No, this leads to the skirmish phase of combat. Each enemy, that, and then we go over here, and then cinematic close. We grab this, the features section. We hit the 3 united front. Dun dun dun. Littered across the battlefield. The times to be a clever improvisation in the heat of the moment. The Striders. The Striders will have access to 3 to 5 features per battle, allowing them to be invoked for various bonuses. Each feature will only be triggered once per battle, but the Striders may find additional one. Features do not require an action. Static blow. Momentum condition, inflicting condition on an enemy, inflicting an improvised attack. We want that, so very stuff. Sequence actions to sequence actions. So primary actions. A basic one is melee. So we want to do attack. We want to do attack melee, attack ranged. Obviously, we want to do a ranged attack. We want to do a melee attack. We want to have the 1, 2, 3, and we want to have the 1, 2, 3 attack variant. Mm. Mm. Haven't you rewritten Ilona already? Look at. Haven't you already rewritten Ilona? No, actually, I haven't. This is literally just. There's a reason it's called Notepad's Rampant Autism about the unofficial Ilona TTRPG. I've been gradually rewriting things to make things just better because I've just felt like it, kind of thing. I rewrote a good chunk of. I rewrote certain chunks of the game to make it a lot easier. Then we want to do a movement. We want to do a movement action. We're moving from point A to point B. We want to use an item. That's a big item. We want to use an item. We want to we want to use magic. We want to use. Let's see. We want to use an item. We want to use magic. Actually, cast magic. What other actions are there in combat? Just think about it right now. I want to do actions in combat. What am I doing? Oh, technically I should. No, we don't need to finalize. Running away is one. Actually, what I should do. Let's see. The striders may choose to flee the battle. Not every battle's worth fighting the death over. Riders may choose to flee the battlefield by reducing the sequence score by 3 times position. 3 times position. And retreating at the end of the round. During the let's see, the rear by 3 times. And retreating at the end of the round, the upon successful retreating, the Strider is removed from combat. Now let's see, the Strider is removed from combat. Caught their breath from the battle. Yeah. Easy enough. Defense, that's a good one. So actually, we can do, defense action. That's easy enough to understand. Making yourself more intimidating. We want to find... Actually, what did I end up calling it? What did I call it in Alona? Because that's an option entirely. Oh. Actually, we want to use a skill. Okay. No. Nice and easy. However, this is where things get a little bit complicated. So, here is a query for you all. I haven't really thought about this, but I want your opinions on it because you are here as my rubber ducks for a reason. Do you think that what type of weapon being used? Well, and how do I actually know? That's not the right way. When you're determining the amount of actions it takes to do something, do you think the weapon matters more? Or would you think the type of attack you're doing matters more? Like, I've got a big sword, and I'm going to hit someone with my big sword. Should the fact that I am doing hitting you with my big sword take more actions than game design-wise for the situation? Effectively, the basic premise of this combat system... The basic idea. If I go over here, is you are choosing the amount of actions you have on a tick. It's effectively a reverse tick system. Let's say I have 4 actions. I have 4 actions on my turn. I can spend those 4 actions however I want. If I want to, let's say I have just a dagger or something. If I want to do this, I can just attack 4 times. Just go stab, 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 stab. I want to attack 4 times in a row. Maybe not as efficient, and it's not going to be as good as saying like, because where the game that inspired this Final Fantasy 13 combat action. Let me see if I can find the, let me see if I can find the fucking jobs. Yeah, so let's say, for example, the commando here. Like, the commando gets the idea of blitzing. What does blitz actually do? Blitz literally attacks everybody. However, if I have 4 actions, I can choose to blitz, blitz, blitz. Which is effectively me saying, I want to attack everyone in the front row, in fact, everyone in the vanguard row, for like 1 hit, effectively. That's my ATB. Oh man, why does this take as much as it does? Like, why is it doing that? Because you're hitting everyone, which might be what you want to do. You might want to do just a basic attack. You want to do something else. Kind of the idea. Depends, are you going to have armor and weapon autism? As of right this second, when we go to our arts, effectively, you have a way to defend yourself, which is dodging. Dodging is, I am going to get out of the way of your attack. Parrying, which is saying, I'm going to parry your blow away with my own weapon. Effectively, this is dodging range attack, dodging melee attacks, and armor use, which armor is how I'm just going to, it's the quality of the armor I can wear reasonably without taking damage. I have really good armor use. That means I have really good ability to do things. That's kind of the basic premise. Weapon speed isn't actually determined by weight, not so much. Handle from the fact that dagger is quick but short range. Arming sword is smidge slower. And one of the things with the idea with armor use was going to be, if you are wearing armor you are not qualified for, you have 0 armor use and you have put on plate and plate mail, your sequence score is going to be shot to hell. You are going to get nothing back. You are going to get 2 at the start of every round. And like, yeah, you can build it up, but it's not going to be as useful. So it's like, okay, cool, you act later and you do less. And it's a lot easier to stagger you out, which is the idea of staggering is, hey, your initiative has been reduced to 0. As for swing bases, once the base of skills and vulnerable falls apart in length, a determining factor as well as armor. Oh, Jesus. Oh, we can do. I don't. Freedom expects any number of certain actions will have a modify. Will have a we'll have a certain actions will have a trigger under it. Trigger under. Let's see. We'll have a trigger under. We base everything up. It runs through an exchange between 2 individuals. I've got my sword. We're 2 striders fighting one another. We're 2 people of equal caliber. We both have 8. I choose. I want to take 3 actions. You say you want to take 4. I reduce mine to 5. You reduce yours to 4. Tick 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 goes down to 3. At action 5, I go. I have 3 actions. I can choose to do any of these things. Everything costs 1 so far for right now. We haven't modified anything yet. So I can say, hey, I want to attack in melee twice, and then I want to use defense. Ding, 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 defense. You, on the other hand, say, well, obviously I am going to parry that first blow. I want to parry that attack. So you take your d12s and you roll. Oh, wow, cool. You parried my blow. You have beaten my number of successes with your successes. First attack is nullified, but you reduce your reaction by. You reduce your go by 1. Second attack, I hit you straight up. I hit you for X amount of damage. Again, I don't quite know how I want to do damage yet. And then it goes. And then I get to choose, hey, you're now going on, it would be, if you have 8, you chose to do 4. You're now going on 3. I'm going to choose to do 3 additional actions from where I am. So I would act on 2 now. Ting, ting, ting. Cool. You've got 4 actions now. You can choose to attack me twice. You can do a bunch of different things. However you want to use those actions. I'm using my actions against your action. That's the core of it. The best way to think about it is you are buying actions. You buy actions with your initiative. That is a way to explain this. The question is, if I hit you with a dagger, If I have a dagger and I have a greatsword, should both of those use the same amount of action points to use? I'm thinking no, but what we can do though, think smart, not hard, is we can add these trigger actions for it. So what we can do is has to make sure, right? A Z. Perfect. So first things first, we want to do attack melee. Let's see. Strider lashes out with their equipped weapon. With their equipped melee. With their equipped melee weapon. Let's see. The Strider will make a. See, now we've got a very fascinating question here. Attack and melee. I want to attack you. Do we have only active defense? We have only active. Do we have or do we have an active / passive defense? Because an active defense means you must roll dodge, parry, or arm. You pretty much you have to roll dodge or parry to actually defend yourself, and that means you're going to be spending a bit of your sequence to actually defend yourself. No matter what, you're going to be spending that a little bit. Or do we rely on a passive version of this as well? So the passive version is the Strider will make a melee arts check against the this would be against the target. Let's see. We'll make a melee arts check against target's passive parry if they are successful. Against target's passive parry. Out of the way, or they attack. Kind of again, like one of the things is like you might have a parry of like 3. You might say, "Oh, a parry of 3 is really good." And it is really good, because your passive would be 3. They need to beat 3 successes. This does not actually mean much, because that literally means a passive parry of 3 means you can get hit with 1 action die on someone else's attack. Passive parry, your passive defenses aren't as good. They're just going to mitigate the number of successes they get. Just mitigate it. However, if you have a really good passive parry or really good passive dodge, you can kind of rely on that a little bit more without reducing your sequence down. actively doing it is I'm going to reduce my initiative. I'm reducing the number of action points I get, but I get to roll my dice now. I get to turn those I get to turn that -3 into a potential of 0 to 9. That's kind of the idea. I can turn that that 3 basic successes into a 0 to 9 successes if I really need to do, which is going to be usually better. Let's see. If we do passive defense, so against if we do against passive parry. So if we go over here, crystal seconds, the reasons don't quite under, the reasons don't. Why don't we do that? And ooh. Let's see. The value of the RP being the target number, and enemy needs to hit to successfully strike the strider. Let's see. Armor use is never rolled and is entirely passive, but let's see. Qualifies use better armor to protect themselves more reliably and more reliably. Plate armor is quite difficult to those who don't know how to wear it. It's kind of the way things there, and there we like that. Part of me wants to add another. You can only use deflect for static block or passive or active. That's kind of the idea. Is like passive is like always on. You're always trying to beat a certain target number to actually even strike an enemy. Let's see. Okay. Against target's passive parry. If the strider is successful, they will. plus any X successes. If the strider fails, their blow is batted away or they miss their attack. Up to, and we do that. Nope, no. Philosopher, we want 1. Philosopher. We want actually. Let's see what Commando. Let's be out. Ravager paradigm shift. Ravager. Sentinel. Ravager. Well, Alexa deals no damage, while X successes deal stagger damage. Follow up. Let's oh, we do 3 in addition attack. Do that. So that would be the idea here. Didn't mean that. The idea here is that I make an attack with the variable 1. You can elect to apply additional actions to it to do more with it. Because that's the main thing. You want to do as much as you physically can with as much as you have. Okay, that works. So now we do attack range. So, Attack with a equipped ranged weapon. Mm. Yep. As many actions as you want. Strider takes aim and attacks with an equipped ranged weapon. Let's see. Strider takes aim and attacks with an additional range. Let's equipped ranged weapon. If the check something real fast. We want to do United Front. Actually, if the Strider's using it, so hit that. Let's see, Vanguard center position. While long-ranged weapons may target anyone on opposing side, the Strider will make a ranged arts check. Called it right. No, ranged combat arts check. Against the target's passive dodge. There we go. We hit you. We do. Hit you. We want to hit that. Okay, so let's use as well as eyesight unless you goaded kettle helm. Kind of the idea behind armor, the armor skill is twofold. The first is that if you never have put on plate mail before, plate mail is very awkward. Fun fact, people, if you've never put on an actual full combat rig before, like full on everything, it can get extremely though. Like, yeah, it is heavy. Things are heavy, and if you are not used to be fighting in armor correctly, it can be kind of a detriment, especially if you are like, I want to play a fast rogue or something. If you're playing like a rogue, your entire goal in life is to effectively, get aggro on your friends. Let's see. We want to do a first things first is. You can just add a bunch of momentum to the attack. Like, that's just all you can do. Power hit. That's a pretty easy one to understand. Like, yeah, technically, yeah, don't forget that people use actual guns in good old-fashioned... let's see. Ravager, Saboteur. Saboteur is weaken enemies. Synergist uses... You get to use a bunch of things, that's the Zaza. Then of course we've got you want to go to Vanille for Final Fantasy 14, Final Fantasy 13, everyone? Don't you want to Vanille, Max? You know this one. Don't you know Vanille? Let's see. What would be some good? What in the alone? Not this one. Notepad's rampant autism about. I'm gonna call it E-cap though. Stagger damage. Easy enough. And no, I don't want to be vanilla maxing. Yeah, again, it's one of those things where people have to always remember, like, real combat is not as glamorous as they make it out to be in the movies. Like, real combat is learning how to be a little bitch. Like, it is learning how to be a bitch and run, just run away, because running away saves your ass. Let's see, Strider musters up their mana and casts a spell. And casts a. If the spell is against a hostile target, the Strider makes an Arcana check equal. Makes an Arcana Arts check. Mm. 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 Successes or resolve fact or resolve its fact. Mm. 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 So you may be wondering, Notepad, there does not appear to be any noticeable downsides to just casting spells. And the answer is, yeah, I know, that's the point. There is really no immediate downside, but there is a problem though. And that problem is very, very simple. You, as a spellcaster, have to use your mana, which is also your under health. Yeah, you're using your health to cast spells. So you want to be a little bit more conservative about it than you think you normally would be. Yeah, they don't get to really block it at all. On the other hand, you probably are investing a lot of points into it to make it viable. And you're still spending an absurd amount of spells. And that hurts, because that's making sure that you can't heal better later. I see 9 possible kill. One such tank cannot be damaged by anything other than cannons, field, or sail through explosives and hatch. Explode strength main gun that allows seemingly broken combos, planting a spear and drawing a sword in your offhand auto crit and following a second attack. Pale spells. And attrition they win effectively, and that's kind of the thing with playing if you want to play a caster, you are playing the game of attrition. You are saying, I want to cast my immediate fuck you death spell at the cost of mana I don't have a lot of. Mm. Mm. So we want defense. Actually, the Strider. Mm. 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 Let's see. +1. They add +1 D for every 2 action dedicated to protecting themselves to both their parry and to both their dodge and parry, parry arts. This also factors in. This also factors in there. +1d for every 2 action dedicated to protecting themselves and both their dodge and parry arts. This also factors in there. This also factors in there. Increasing it by a +1. Well, defense is, I want to just not, I'm not doing anything, I am just defending myself. It is not very efficient to do this, though. Mint. Mm. Then other. Remember, everyone, always add in the other action, because if you don't, people will ask about it. The Strider. Yep. Then use a skill. Actually, this is a stretch, but we're doing it anyway because I can do that. This is a big ass stretch, but going to do. Oh no! Come on, work with me here, baby. Go. Attempt a skill. Yep. Yep. There we go. Ha ha ha. I'm a genius. Why don't I just shake the definition slightly? What are you going to do about it? We're going to stretch this out a little bit. We're going to do that. We're going to select all of you. Select you. Line down the middle or no? What if I'm playing a dude with a gun? A space gun. Space gun, like, being a dude with a gun, like being a guy with a space gun, is effectively saying you are shooting with a fucking gun. You are making a range attack effectively, or or alternatively you can use technology for it. Playing an engineer character is a very valid option of just bringing out a gat. The thing is you have to worry about there is you have a certain amount of uses on it because you only have a certain number of E-chips. You only have so much charge in your gun. If you have a reliable way to recharge your gun or to recharge your E-chips, you're good. But that's a little bit harder, easier said than done. E-chips are very expensive. Or you gotta get them. It's one of those things where it's like, playing a tech guy, you get a lot of options, you just have to pay a little bit more. Magicians just get burnt out real fast. Especially if you want to kill a magician in this game, you attack them mentally. Yeah, you attack magicians mentally. Because it immediately does mana damage. Yep, you deal mana damage. And if you destroy all their mana, that means they can't cast any magic. And if they do try to cast magic, they cast from hit points. So they say, I cast Fireball, and then they explode. Because one big thing to note about this is, if you die before you go, you are out. You fucking die. No. I'm not feeling. There we go. Then we get to go to reactions. Reaction has to try and make a check with the defense or reduce the number of successes the enemy receives. Unlike passive defense, unlike passive defense, unlike passive defense, Action has a bone. However, the reaction is a bone. Beat an enemy attacking them. You beat attacking them. We do this. We put you right here. Move. What? We need more death sticks. Where's my fucking death sticks? Let's see. We want to do. Want to do. What work to? Mm. 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 If the Strider is victorious, how do I want to? Let's see. Let's see. If the Strider is victorious, what happens? 500 death sticks. 5,000 death sticks. If the Strider is victorious, what would happen if I managed to fucking Neo dodge? What happens when we Neo dodge, everyone? What do you think would happen? Leaving it to the floor. Someone is coming at me with a sword. They want to hack my face off. I am literally attempting to dodge out of the way perfectly. If I do this perfectly, if I do this right, what happens? What is my advantage I get for this? What do you all think? Teleport behind? Nuh-uh, kid. Well, this is line combat, so that's not exactly how things work. Counter. I was thinking about making that for parrying. Like, that's the big thing for parrying. If you manage to score a perfect parry, you attack them effectively. You have the option of making an attack. Makes parry builds pretty strong, but no defenses for them. And then for the follow-up attack, they cannot block and. Guess we can. Oh yeah, we can. Okay, one idea. Let's see. If the Strider is victorious, they do. They don't pay the sequence cost of footwork action. Effectively, you dodge out of the way, and then if you're good, if you know what you're doing, you dodge out of the way, and then you can immediately. You're usually going to be able to follow up with a big attack. Kind of a win-win. You pay a little bit, you get something else out of it. There we go. Not a lot, but you get something. Mostly. The big thing here is this lets you dodge melee attacks. You can use a dodge art for melee attacks, which normally you aren't able to do passively. You have to passively rely on your parry. So footwork, this would not. Fun. Into a perfect parry on the on their attacker. Let's see. let's see. The Strider attempts to turn away a blow into turn away a blow into a perfect parry on their attacker. Attacker melee. The Strider makes a parry arts check against. Reducing the number of successes scored. That'll always happen. If the Strider is victorious, they deal damage to the target. It's not as efficient, but if you want to build, if you are doing a parry build, then it becomes a little bit more viable to that. Effectively, a parry build is someone who wants to get attacked and then perfect parry everything. Get ready to play Dark Souls. That's effectively what you Dodge, duck, dive, dip. Dodge, duck, dip. Dive, dip, dodge. No, not a very exciting one. It is the ever reliable duck dive dip duck dive dip and dodge. What did that dodge? Which project is this? This is Broken Crucible. Welcome to Become as Gods, the role-playing game. Which is slowly morphing into a Final Fantasy 13 RPG. Fucking. Stuff. Weapon. Glorious. Mm. Yeah. Stagger damage is effectively I am targeting your sequence. You are dealing damage to their ability to act. So Flash block, perfect parrying is I'm doing the big gamble. I'm hitting the parry button at the right time to do a massive damage kind of thing. Actually. That's Ward away spell coming after them. Deflect the spell coming at them. The Strider makes a Strider makes an Arcana check. Let's see. Strider makes an Arcana check. Arcana Arts check against the target spell attack. Against target spell attack, reducing the Let's see. Strider will pay you mana equal to the amount of mana the enemy is using. The enemy is using. If the Strider is victorious, they only pay half the mana cost. They only pay half the mana cost. Actually, they only pay 1d6 mana. So if they are using a spell worth let's say 7 mana, you have to spend 7 mana to actually attempt this. If you succeed, though, you only pay 1d6. Let's see. Or the spell by mana. There we go. Let's see. Do we have parry, dodge, dodge? Actually. That should be everything. Let's see. If we missing anything, I frame. I frame. This is when the GM rolls the dice. I want to see a game that uses that as a mechanic. BRB iframing. We want to do that. We want to there we go. Should be everything. I think we can move perfect parry up here, though. We move perfect parry up here. We put that right there. It's out really nice and everyone's happy. Mm. 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 We want. Mm. 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 Game allows it. They may use this for range attacks as well. Yeah, you can just parry ranged attacks. Why? Because, why not? Okay, so let's see. So we've got primary actions, we got sequence actions, we got primary actions, which have all these. We have reactions, which lets you do these things. Oh, God, what am I missing? Acts. Mm. 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 Oh. Don't need cleave. Mm. Mm. Oh. Uh. Uh. Not great. Nail wild. Let's see, he's trying to roll dagger damage. Mm. 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 And we do vagabond nodes. Mm. 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 Let's see. If they're killing blow on an enemy, they may choose to make an execution strikes. Mm. Mm. Let's see. Session, so we do this. If I'm not responding to anyone, apologies. Take a look. No one's typing. So, graphic death. Mm, 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 mm. Straight. Mm. Mm. Go. Okay, so. All right, let's do conditions. Woo! Okay, I want to do this. What games are there? Mm, mm, Una hits the... Lona hits all the right things I need, so I need to go to the conditions and ailments. I need to grab this. We're going to grab all of you. That many. You here. Well, condition that will seem to affect them. Yeah, the may affect through the monster's effects or magical. The strider through monstrous effects or magical means not clear. Not clear through magical or alchemical means. They'll be removed. They'll be removed at the end of combat. So we want to select you. We want to hit this. We want to hit ailment. So we want to select all of you. We want to hit this, then do this. Deal. Let's see. Deal 6 at the end. Deal 1d6 damage at the end of the round. You don't get an absurd amount of health, so that's fine. With a very small, so we want to do lens. Beauty. Fuck. It's down to 5. We reduce this down to 5. Little bit tighter, but everything in there? Yes, we do. Alrighty, baby. We are, as they say, gaming. That, so now we're perfectly. That's now. I'm gonna hit this. Oh, Jesus. Okay, you're not supposed to be here. What? Hmm. Yeah, that worked. Good job, team. We solved the crisis, everyone. Yay! Okay, so. Bleeding, deal 1d6, clear 2. Blinds of 300, clear 3, confuse. Doesn't take you too long. Together. Hindran. Getting rid of fear is pretty easy. Just means it's one hindrance. You know, one hindrance. Fury. Actually, maybe a little. Two hindrance. Two hindrance. Hindrance. Double the number. You want to get rid of insane pretty fast if you were playing a very certain. If you were playing a support character, insane is very bad. Because insane effectively means you can't heal anybody because you can only heal your allies. Reduce some people at the end of the round. Bad. Muddle. Roll 1d10 when performing can complex. Let's see. Take 1d. Actually, no, 1d would be 6 damage. Conditions are annoying because they take time, because they just take time out of your action economy. And it's just something you gotta get rid of because it won't go away unless you do. So we... Actually, back. Synergist. Okay, let's do. See what we want to do for positive conditions. Positive conditions. So. Add ballooned. We are not adding ballooned. No ballooning. Checks. It's pretty much like Curse is just worse blind, but you can see technically. Bowl. Actually, put it. So if you're a sequence score of 10, that means you only start with 5. And that is a constant thing. Slow is very bad. Ace just gives you a bonus. Gives you bonus through actually what we can do. Yeah. Oh. Bold hero, defense. Okay, So let's see: bravery, physical power, faith, magical power. Vigilance. Actually. One Berserk Disney notepad. I don't know. Shall Bafa. Don't need that anymore. The Medico. What does the medic do? Kira Kiraja Suna. Energist medic. Saboteur. Deep protected shell poison gun. Bug. Cool. I don't think there's really much else to do here because I don't want any heat. Like, I want healing to be a very specific thing. Like, because healing is valuable. I want people to understand that healing is extremely valuable. And that you should be, anytime you get healing, you should feel really good about getting. You're like, hell yeah, I got healing. That should be your first initial thing, is like, oh cool, I've got some ability to not die. Let's see. Because being able to say, I'm not going to die here today is a pretty cool thing to do. And it gives characters who invest in a healing ability a lot more. Your value has changed because now suddenly you are not the heal slot anymore. You are a very, very important member of the party. People have to kind of treat you with a little bit more respect than you normally would think, because you are the guy who can heal them. People are going to want to be healed. You want to keep your friends alive, because if they die, you die. No, we do that. That should be all conditions and ailments. What are we missing? 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 There's that horrible feeling, you know you're missing something. Don't know what it is. Got our actions, we've got our primary actions, we've established how the sequence works. I know. We're missing. Mm. 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 Stack. Mm. Mm. When Strider takes damage, when a Strider takes damage, they will. Mm. 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 If they were to reach 0 LP, they do not take a actually did I make a note saying that you take a wound automatic? They are not dead, they also take a wound. Let's see. If they were to reach zero or less, 0 or a 0 or less ALP, they take a wound. They take a wound. Wounds are obvious and deadly, forcing the I'll take a second to catch there. A Strider at the end of the round. See, at the end of the round, when they take a wound, the Strider may choose to be KO'd instead. When they are KO'd, they are removed from the combat. Let's see. They are removed from the battle. As they collapse. As they collapse from the pain. They cannot be targeted by any further attacks. And if they are, they cannot be targeted by any further attacks. But their fate, should their allies fall, is in question. However, but this does not. Let's see. The Strider may continue fighting, though. They may continue fighting. If they were, they are taking any additional damage, they would instead take a wound, regardless of the amount. And they would instead take a wound regardless of the amount. At the end of the round, let's see. At the end of the round, they may choose to be KO'd. They may choose to be KO'd as well. They may choose to be KO'd or continue the fight. If a Strider were the exception to this is when a Strider takes stagger damage. Instead of regular let's see, instead of regular damage to their life points, the Strider instead will reduce their current sequence score instead reduce their current sequence score. This can be exceptionally dangerous. Dangerous if they reach zero or less sequence. If they reach 0 or less sequence, this occurs, the Strider. Let's see. If this occurs, the Strider is staggered. This is staggered. They lose all of their current actions. If any were prepared, being prepared, and they can no longer actively or passively defend themselves. Any Strider who finalized their actions. The Strider who finalized their action round cannot be staggered. Cannot be staggered in this way. Even if they were to take excessive stagger damage. Even if they are take excessive stagger damage. There we go. That is one of the spaghetti-o moments, is when you get staggered stun. You're just getting staggered, and suddenly you are no longer able to do certain things. Especially defend yourself. Because being able to defend yourself is a pretty hefty and useful tool. Because that's something pretty bad. Let's see. And put the end of a round note here. Let's see, during the end of the round. Let's see, all timers and situations will trigger at once. Let's see. You want to make I'll check the charts, and we this. Consult chart and consult this chart. Welcome to this chart. Capitulation, broken ranks. Let's see. Seven. Well, Golden. Complete route. The enemy holds firm. For now, they will make a... holds firm. The next round. The enemy is... Go. The enemy's completely rallied. So... let's see. Let's see. Would be some other Mm. 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 Uh. Mm. That's round. Mm. Move action. By the way, I know 90% of this is move action. By the way, I know 90% of the name sounds like a Baka Inskit. You good? Am I good? I don't fucking know, man. Let's see. One of those things where it's just like, okay, like, we have anything for everything for I feel like we have everything for combat, but I also feel like I'm missing something and I don't know what it is. This is going to drive me insane, that I don't know what I'm missing. Don't you love that? Don't you absolutely love when you think you're missing something, but you're not quite sure what it is? It's a wonderful feeling. It's like, there's something clearly not here. Movement isn't really a factor, because movement's here. Movement's pretty simple to understand. Technically, guess after action, I finalize. Finalize. Let's see. After Strider has completed their actions, they may choose to select more actions for later, or more sequence actions for later, while resolving it similarly to before, or they may choose finalize. Mm. 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 Let's see. Enter a somewhat defensive state. They will take no additional actions. And may only perform. Mm. 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 Pretty simple premise. That's all finalizing is. Let's see. So you calculate effects, left over back in the next round. Initiative rank cap, negative dagger system, and I think. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna remember it at 1 in the morning. That's the secret. I'm gonna remember this at 1 a.m. and I'm gonna be like, Zam, that's it. Oh god. Alright. Alright, thinking on it, I think I'm good. I think I've got everything done. I'm gonna call it here for today, though. Thank you all for coming. My name is Notepad Anon. Hope you had a wonderful time. Friday, we will begin... Friday, we've got a few different things we can kind of approach. Because most likely, we will... If I don't get, like, the perfect idea for spellcraft stuff, we're going to do spellcraft and techcraft on Friday. At that point, we just have to do the market and advancement stuff, which I can probably do over the weekend, and then next Monday we can do enemies most foul. That is if things go according to plan. However, I know I am a human being, and Notepad makes mistakes. So most likely, I'm going to remember something, and as you say, 1 in the morning or in the shower, most likely. I'm going to be standing there, letting the water spill over me, and I'm going to have an emotional revelation that I forgot something really, really stupid, because that's just me. But as I need to right now to give you the idea, I gotta do us recording now, because yeah, we got a video tomorrow, and the video tomorrow is going to be a little bit weird. This is the James talking about horror. The script, we're mostly talking about Silent Hill and some other stuff. Kind of more of a meandering talk because I didn't have any good ones today. And after I get the recording done, I will most likely start reading other games, which I'll go to bed at 3 a.m. And because God help me, this is my life now. All right, everyone, I am, as they say, away.